Hello, and welcome to the weekly moon update for the week of August 28th through September 3rd. We have a full moon in Pisces this week. But before we get into the moon energy, I'm still kind of trying to take a break from streaming. However, I do have an unboxing that I need to do. Our quarterly Hay House card deck club box came in actually last week. So I'm really excited to open it. So we'll probably do an unboxing stream, hopefully on Wednesday, which is also the full moon. So that will be perfect to stream on that day. I'm so excited to be bringing the digital planner to these weekly videos. And if you are interested in getting your own digital planner, maybe you feel like it's too far into the year and you don't really want to buy the paper one, but just want to be able to read the content that comes in the 2023 planner, that's available on my website, priestessofwonderland.com. It's only $11. I'm so excited that I'm finally able to use it myself because before my iPad was not compatible with it. So I'm really excited to bring that to you here in these videos. So let's jump into this full moon in Pisces week. Yay, I'm so excited to use the digital planner with you. I know I've already said that. This week I upgraded my GoodNotes so that I'm actually able to use it in GoodNotes, which is really cool because I think in GoodNotes you're just able to do a lot more personalizing it, and when you're writing in it, you can add pictures. So like you could add like your weekly card on the weekly spread. All of the QR codes have links that will take you to the website that is linked there, and then we can also jump using the tabs on the right-hand side. You can jump to the current month, which we are, oh my gosh, all the way over to this week. We're jumping into September. So this week we have a Pisces full moon on August 30th. And the exercise that we have for this full moon is learning about the transits, which are basically the relationships between the planets within your chart. So, my reasoning for that is Pisces, my keyword for Pisces is understand, because we've got this water energy that is very emotional and understanding of what everybody else in the zodiac is going through. Each zodiac sign contains all of the elements and energies of the sign before it. So for Pisces, this is all of the zodiac signs. And the same thing goes for all of the zodiac signs. For Aries, Aries is just Aries, and that's why they are the jump starters and the kick starters and the jumping into trying new things. And then immediately following Aries, Taurus has both Aries and Taurus qualities. We're here in Virgo season. That means Virgo energy contains Leo, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, and Aries. So it has all of the zodiac signs before it contained in the Virgo energy. So Pisces is the last zodiac sign. Therefore, it has all of the energies of all of the zodiac signs before it. So I just thought that this would be a really good time to kind of just learn about the different aspects. A conjunction is usually this within the same sign. A conjunction is when the planets are like nesting right next to each other. And opposition is exactly what you think it is. It's when the sign is on one side of a chart and completely opposite is when they are opposing. A trine is when they are within 120 degrees of each other. So they're kind of just like within this same little triangle piece of pie of the zodiac signs. A square is when they are like, if you look at if you look at the birth chart as if it's a clock, a square is when, say, a planet is sitting in the 12 o'clock position, and then there's another planet in the 3 o'clock position. They're like a quarter, a quarter of the piece of pie away from each other. And then a sextile is when there's like a smaller piece of the pie, or within that radius. So a trine is like a bigger chunk of pie, and then a sextile is like kind of a smaller wedge of pie. So I just thought that this would be a good time to kind of understand those aspects and relationships, especially because you've been tracking and kind of looking at your chart, hopefully for the entirety of this year, and now maybe you're ready to take it a step further and maybe take a look at these aspects. There's some journaling questions there for you to kind of answer, contemplate. You might even want to take it to another journal if you need more space. And I know this might seem like a very overwhelming concept, but we are so fortunate to have Google at our every whim. And all you have to do is take a look at your chart and say, okay, my sun is conjunct, like look for the conjunction symbol in your chart, and you say my sun is conjunct my Venus, and just literally type that into a Google search. My or sun, and you can even use the zodiac signs too. Sun, Leo sun conjuncts Virgo Venus, or something like that, and you will get a plethora of information. So anyways, that's the exercise in the Just a Phase Moon Planner for this week. And now here we have the full moon week. You're already given the full moon here on Wednesday. And so that means at the beginning of the week, we have a waxing gibbous moon. So for Monday and Tuesday, we're only coloring in the left half of the zodiac sign there. And really, if you look up at the sky, the moon is going to look full Monday and Tuesday, and even into Wednesday and Thursday. So we have a waxing gibbous on Monday and Tuesday, full moon on Wednesday, and then you're going to do the opposite on the other side. We're just doing a little sliver on this side and a little sliver on this side. This is harder to do than I thought it was. And then it's gradually going to get like a little bit bigger towards the end of the week because we'll have a first quarter moon next week. Okay, so technically we still have Capricorn energy Monday morning. It's my little Capricorn symbol there. And then the moon starts transitioning at 11:48 a.m. and we'll move into Aquarius at 2:30 p.m. So we have Aquarius air energy for Monday and Tuesday. This is a nice way to start off the week. Maybe trying new things, trying a different routine, trying a different morning routine. Just looking at things from a different perspective. Remember, Capricorn set the foundation, and now we are approaching things differently. This is also encouraging out of the box thinking, encouraging just like to be yourself. I like to try to be myself, wave my freak flag on Aquarius days. So this energy is Monday and Tuesday. So then Wednesday morning, really early, around 3:03 a.m. is when we're starting to transition into Pisces energy. So this full moon, and the moon will be full at 9:35 p.m. So this full moon, we're really going to be able to work with the full moon energy Wednesday and Thursday. I think a lot of the moons this year, we've been able to kind of work with the full moon energy before because we've transitioned into the sign before the moon is full. However, on Wednesday, around 2 p.m. is when we move into Pisces. So if you want to work with the Pisces energy, the best time to work with it would be Wednesday evening and even into Thursday, because we'll still be in the Pisces energy and the moon will still be full on Thursday. So I know the exercise for this full moon is helping you understand relationships and the relationships of the planets within your chart, which I think is going to be a really nice thing to look at for a Pisces full moon while Venus is retrograde. Now, I know a lot of the planets are retrograde right now, but I really do think, especially with Mercury going retrograde now, I really do think that the Venus retrograde seems to be significant. And remember, the planets that are closest to us do have more of an impact on our day-to-day lives, whereas the outer planets are more affecting things from a bigger perspective, but also on like more of a collective global level. So like Neptune and Uranus retrogrades are going to be kind of having a bigger long-term impact on things, whereas Mercury and Venus being closest to us have more of an impact on our day-to-day lives and specifically our relationships. I mean, Venus is the love planet. So this is a relationship to yourself, but I also think it gives us an opportunity to look at the relationships that the planets have within our chart, and that's just why we're doing that exercise. But a Pisces full moon is also illuminating your dreams, whether that's like the actual dreams you dream while you're sleeping. This might be a wonderful time to kind of get answers from the subconscious if you're looking for subconscious energy, if you're kind of processing thing on a subconscious level. This full moon is going to hopefully illuminate and help you find some clarity with those subconscious things. But it's also going to allow us to illuminate something in regards to our dreams in respect to like how do you envision your life? What do you want your life to look like? How living the life that you've imagined. So for me personally, I'm hoping that something around the full moon will help me not necessarily find direction, but to really highlight and allow me to find like what exactly is it that I'm focusing on in regards to my dreams and goals. With all of the planets being retrograde right now, I really think that it's interesting that Mars is not. And Mars is the planet of action, meaning how we move towards things, how we take action towards things, how we argue, how we handle conflict. And Mars transitioned into Libra on the 27th. So I kind of think that this is a really significant turning point during this retrograde and something to look at. Like maybe when you're filling out your full moon exercise and looking at the different relationships of the planets, really look at where your Mars is. And that's going to tell you how you take action on things, because this is the planet of movement and it's the one that's not in retrograde. So I just think that it's going to be significant to look at that. And having it in Libra gives us this opportunity to create harmony and balance within our lives, which I think is something that we all might be looking for, with the retrogrades making everything feel like we're moving backwards and or that we're stuck. So I just think that that might be something that's I'm going to look into my Mars and like what's happening there and maybe how it's interacting with these transits, and I think it would be beneficial for everybody to do that. Maybe that's something that we'll look at on stream on Wednesday. So some things to keep in mind during the full moon is uh, be on the lookout for things that might be illuminated or that you might find clarity in regards to your dreams and goals. Also, look at the relationships between all of your planets and kind of helping you maybe have a deeper understanding for your birth chart as a whole. So, we'll still be in the full moon energy for all of Thursday. We don't start transitioning into Aries until Friday morning. So at 9:35 a.m., we move into Aries energy. This gives us an opportunity to take action on something. And with the waning gibbous energy, the gibbous meaning we still have a lot of light available and energy available to us, this gives us an opportunity to finish something, to tie up loose ends. What's something that you have to finish this moon cycle, that you have to get it done within the next week or so. So this is Friday, and Saturday energy will be in Aries, and then again in the morning, on Sunday, we start transitioning into Taurus. So we'll be in Taurus from 11 a.m. Sunday into the beginning of next week. So to recap the energy of this week, we have a little bit of Capricorn starting off Monday. So whatever foundation or stability you set over the weekend will carry you into Monday. And then we can start looking at things differently, thinking about things differently, looking at things differently with the air energy on Monday and Tuesday. Then Wednesday, we start moving into our full moon water energy. So this Pisces energy is focusing on dreams and the imagination, understanding how you're feeling. So if there's any emotions that come up on Wednesday and Thursday, we have an opportunity to explore this in the subconscious realm with a Pisces moon to help give us some understanding and maybe some resolution to things that you are trying to grasp. Some uh, the illusionary things that we're not able to like physically grasp. It helps us understand and process those emotions, those feelings, that subconscious energy, and help illuminate some sort of clarity with it. So then we have fire energy to close out the week, which gives us an opportunity to take action on something. Remember, fire is that heat, that creativity, that action. And then we end the week back with earth again to help bring us back down to the ground, give us some stability to start off the next week with. Hopefully, by now, you have these keywords that you associate with all 12 of the zodiac signs and keywords that you associate with the phases of the moon. For example, the keyword for the full moon is illuminate. And personally, my keyword for Pisces is understand. So, illuminate some sort of understanding is how I like if you were to just at a glance look at the moon phases and the zodiac signs for this week, my hope with this planner, what it teaches you is that you can look at Aquarius, the weirdo, a waxing gibbous Aquarius, and know that that is a time to open, expand, brighten, increase your own uniqueness. And then when we look at the full moon in Pisces, my hope is that just with those keywords, you're able to at least somewhat understand without having to like spend a lot of time researching what does Pisces mean? What does full moon mean? My hope is that the keywords will help you just Wednesday is illuminate understanding. Friday, when we move into Aries, a waning gibbous Aries moon, it gives us an opportunity to finish, which is my keyword for waning gibbous. Take action on something that you need to finish to tie up loose ends. And then with a waning gibbous Taurus, this gives us an opportunity to finish again with that waning gibbous keyword, something that will help stabilize something because my Taurus keyword is stabilize or stability foundation. So what's something, so like for example, a waning gibbous Taurus moon would be a day that I focus on, okay, what do I need to finish this moon cycle and what can I move to the next moon cycle? So having a stable plan in place for what I'm going to do for the rest of this moon cycle and what I'm going to push towards the next moon cycle. Okay, so the two cards that we have for this week, Psychic Awakening, which is pretty fitting for a Pisces full moon week. But then we also have the Wailing Tree. This looks like this might be an emotional one, which is also fitting for a water full moon. And reconciliations is the keyword. So let's read what this one let's read what this one has to say. Grief, mourning, a time of necessary losses or reconciliations. When you encounter the Wailing Tree on your path, it's an invitation to stay a while and regroup. A place for you to rest and allow yourself to say goodbye to what no longer serves you. You may have been overdoing things, working too hard, or putting too much effort into life with little reward. If you've been considering making a change, now is the time to do so. One important thing to consider before you make any changes is that you need to allow yourself to feel your disappointment, your loss, and mourn what was and what could not be. This is a way to honor your experience, to give yourself time to consider all the gifts in it, to put proper closure on it, and to really know what you've learned as you walk away from it and into something new. Even in the perception of failure, there is much good to be discovered. However, skipping the stages of loss doesn't get you to reconciliation any faster. In fact, you will discover that you will have to come back at some point. So do it all now, look at it all squarely and honestly, and stay with your feelings. Life is not either or, it's both and. This and that. So, as you dive in and process this, allow it to become a temporary travel companion on your journey. The feelings that this will bring to the surface will be challenging for sure. Yet, like all things, they will pass, and soon enough, they will pass soon enough, and you will be more enriched by this experience. I am feeling very called out by this card because that's exactly what I've been trying to do the last few weeks is kind of take time off to really like rethink and regroup and figure out exactly what it is I want to be focusing on with uh, at least with like my online presence. Um, so I'm feeling very called out. So if there are any emotions that come up during this Pisces full moon, this like allow yourself to feel them, allow yourself time to honor them so that you can make room and move on. Remember the 2 weeks that we have a waning moon cycle is for shedding and releasing. So a full moon can and often does illuminate the things that you need to let go of so that within the next few weeks you can shed and release them so that on the new moon you can be calling in more better things that will serve your highest good. Our other card here is Psychic Awakening. You have the ability to awaken new and mysterious forms of reality. Think astral travel, visions and dreams, night magic. Think shadow, the unknown, and faith. Think new beginnings and new dreams. They're all waiting for you to discover and unleash them. What will you do with this new awareness that wants to come through? Consider the many ways that you can help and heal others by becoming the oracle you were meant to be. So, this is a third eye chakra card. The crystal they recommend is blue aventurine, and the herb is cypress. Interesting that cypress is also a like clearing, shedding, releasing stone, but it's also like an evergreen tree. So it's also very grounded and stable. So both of these cards, I feel, oh, and we have a tree here. Both of these cards are very fitting for this week, especially because we're ending the full moon week with Taurus, grounded, stable. I really do think of Taurus energy as tree energy, like tree earth energy versus like uh versus Virgo. Virgo earth energy is more about like the organization of thoughts and ideas. At least that's how I kind of perceive it. And then Capricorn energy is more about that solid structure, that solid foundation. And I see Taurus energy as kind of a more fluid earth in the sense that like a tree is very grounded and stable, but it still moves and sways with the breeze and it also grows and expands. Anyway, that's very interesting that we have this like and we've had a lot of that this year even with the eclipses, with things being kind of turbulent, we still had that Taurus energy to ground and stable us. And as I was reading this, I wanted to look, are the eclipses next month? Virgo new moon. Oh, that's nice. The Mercury goes direct, right, after the Virgo new moon. It's like Virgo doesn't want to Virgo is not going to do with a Mercury retrograde. It's like, no, things need to be okay. The eclipses aren't until October. So we had the solar eclipse on October 14th. I don't know. It made me think when I was reading this card, it made me think, oh, we should look we should look and see when the eclipses are. Because I was wondering if like whatever this full moon is illuminating might be something that needs to like be shed and released during eclipse season was the thought that I had when I was reading this card here. All right, so that's our Pisces full moon week. I'm thinking we should maybe like all look at our. I think everybody should probably look back at your birth chart, even if you're feeling a little bit confused about the aspects and everything. I think um I think it would be beneficial for everybody to kind of to look at your birth chart, kind of see like what might be happening for you. And remember, you have the QR codes in the beginning of the planner here. Oh yeah, so if you flip to the very front of the planner, this is right behind the title page here. We have the QR code for the AstroSeek. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. The QR code for the AstroSeek website that will tell you specifically how your chart is personally affected by the full moon. And then it will also tell you for each individual retrograde. So for the Mercury retrograde, what is happening in your birth chart for specifically that, but also for all of the others. So for Venus retrograde, what aspects are affecting your chart, as well as the Uranus and the Neptune. So I don't know. I'm just feeling like I think I'm definitely going to need to like take a look at my birth chart again. So maybe we can do it together on stream. All right. So I hope you all have a wonderful full moon week. I hope that something is illuminated to help give you clarity, and that if there are any emotions that come up, that you are able to process them so that you're able to make room for your dreams and your goals. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on the other side of the looking glass. We'll see you next time. I love doing this so much.